Hey, welcome to the Fantasy Wizards podcast. I'm filling in for Tim and Garrett, but yeah, we're gonna go over the matchups, last minute injuries, some advice if you need any. I don't have notes, so I'm just gonna look on my screen. Let's see, we got Jacksonville, Buffalo. They get ready to kick off in like 15 minutes. Vegas has the over under at 48.5. And Buffalo the favorite, but they're only giving them Jacksonville 4.5. So they think there's going to be some touchdowns, I guess. I would pick injury report. There's not really much there. I'm starting Trevor Lawrence. I know it's not the best advice. I'm just kind of going on a whim because he is second in the league against winning teams in the last 2 years, I believe. So yeah, starting him, I'd start the receivers for Jacksonville. What's his name? Oh shoot, Ridley, ETN. I'd start them both. Chances are you really don't have a whole lot of options there. I would start Christian Kirk. He has the most targets so far. He has 35, and Ingram and Ridley are both 28, 29. So he gets a lot of usage. You start ETN and obviously Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, James Cook. I'm starting all of them. See, next matchup. You got Houston, Atlanta. The injury report didn't really have anybody worth noting. Their fullback's still out if anybody cares. I would, if you have a better option for Nico Collins, I'm in a weird spot where it's either Nico or Waddle. So I picked Waddle. I'll probably switch it right before the game. That's what I do. I outsmart myself. But, yeah, I'd start CJ Stroud, Nico. Nico, if you don't have any other options, he's not a terrible option, even though the Falcons' defense has been stout against receivers. But, they haven't played Nico Collins. Then we got Atlanta. Wouldn't really start anybody, but Robinson, he's about the only guy I'd start. Yeah, I wouldn't even mess with. If you have an Atlanta Falcon that's not Bijan Robinson, take him out of your lineup. And honestly, try to trade him for somebody. They're just, they're not going to be worth anything this year. You got Panthers, Lions, St. Brown, it looks like, is going to be out. So next guy up would be, they said Jameson Williams is still questionable. Coach's decision if he wants to let him play or not. If he plays, start him. Just watch that. If not, then I guess you go to, let's see, Josh Reynolds is banged up, I believe. I would go to, what is his name? The other guy. Let's see. There we go. Raymond. Yeah. Somebody's got to play. So Khalif Raymond. If you're in a pinch and you need a receiver quick, he wouldn't be bad. Sam Laporta, obviously start him hardcore. He will get. I think he will have his best outing of the season today. Just with St. Brown being out, Laporta's already shown that he can be trusted. You got David Montgomery start. Looks like Gibbs is going to be out. that's easy. Oh, Panthers. I mean, not really excited about any Panthers players. Don't start Miles Sanders unless you have to. He's just I'm not interested in starting Miles Sanders, especially against the Lions. You don't think the Lions is being a very stout defense, but they pretty much embarrassed the Packers last week. And Miles Sanders is averaging 2.93 yards per carry. He does get some receptions, so that helps his stock. If you have to start anybody on the Panthers, it would be, for me, Thielen. And also, Miles Sanders, I believe he is on the injury. Is he on here? I guess he's not. So, I mean, I guess make your best judgment there. We got Tennessee, Indiana. It's Anthony Richardson, start. Jonathan Taylor is playing. So we'll see how much they use him today. If you want to wait a week, if you have that luxury, but you probably don't, so you just play him. Play Pittman. That is about all I would play. And on Tennessee, play Tannehill. No, I'm kidding. Don't play him. I mean, Derrick Henry. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry and Treylon Burks is out today, I believe. So do not get Treylon Burks out of your lineup if he's in there. And start DeAndre Hopkins if you have him. He's kind of a flex play for me. Definitely not a wide receiver 2 anymore. Giants, the Vegas has over under. It was at 50. Now it's at 47.5. But they're still giving the Giants 12.5 points. So basically, I would stay away from the Giants unless it is. I don't trust any Giants yet. Maybe Daniel Jones when they get behind and he's scrambling around and all that. Maybe you could start him, I guess, if you don't have any other options. Achane, start him. I would start, obviously, the big three, Tagovailoa, Hill, Waddle. Start him. I almost didn't start Hill or Waddle for Nico, like I said, but he's due for a big game. He hasn't really had any big games yet. Start Achane. I think I already said that. And yeah, Mostert, if you're, if you don't really have anybody else to start, I would start Mostert, but not crazy confident about it. You got the Saints. Derek Carr, he had the AC injury. He tried to push himself through last week, but that it's right on top of your shoulder, and that is tough to play quarterback and have that. I don't know if it was his throwing arm. I would assume that's why he struggled so much, but I don't know why you'd go out there with an AC injury and try to throw the football. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So if he's going, just be mindful of that. I wouldn't start him. The only one I would start, honestly, is you have to start Olave. But other than that, it's can't remember running back. What's his name? Kamara. I haven't been in another league. Yeah, start Kamara. New England Patriots, just skip them. I don't start anybody on the Patriots. Don't worry about it. Ravens, Lamar Jackson's the only guy. Well, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Zay Flowers. Those are the only 3 I'm starting. I believe Flowers is healthy. Yeah, he's not on the injury report. Odell Beckham is, but who cares? Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson. Don't even mess with the Ravens running backs. I wouldn't touch them. Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris against the Ravens. Nah, I ain't starting any Steelers. Deontay something is out still. Whatever his Deontay Johnson. There he is. Pat Fryermuth is out, so don't play him. He would have been the only one if you have him at tight end, but he is out, so get somebody else there. Joe Burrow's gonna try to get through another game with his lingering calf issue. I have him. I'm not starting him this week. I'm starting actually Trevor Lawrence against the best defense against QBs so far this season, just because I don't trust him anymore. He's burned me 4 weeks in a row, so no Joe Burrow for me. Jamar Chase, I'll play him. T. Higgins looks like he's going to be out. Start Joe Mixon for sure. And that is all I would start on their side. And Cardinals, I'd start Dobbs if you got him. Or if you need a quarterback, I would definitely start Dobbs. James Conner for sure. Marquise Brown, I would start him. And the guy I'm playing against, he's starting that rookie. He had a good game last week, Michael Wilson. So I guess if you're in a pinch, start him. Hopefully it doesn't work out for him. Sorry, Tim. Next match, we got Philly and LA Rams. This one's pretty easy. I mean, let's see, start. They don't really have any injuries. You start Swift. Over under is 50.5. So, and it's only a 4-point swing. So Swift, start him. Jalen Hurts, start him. Obviously, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. I'm not a Goddard believer thus far. Stafford, start him. Kyron Williams, start him. Nakua, start him. Cooper Kupp is supposed to be playing. So for you Cooper Kupp owners, that's your chance, I guess. Get him in your lineup. Unless you just want to wait out and see if they have him on a pitch count or whatever. If they decide not to just use him as a decoy and keep playing kind of how they were, because they've been doing fine. I mean, Nakua, Tutu Atwell, he's kind of a dart throw since Cooper Kupp's coming back. I think it'll be the Nakua Kupp show, but we will see, I guess, how that unfolds. But if I had Kupp, I'd start him. I wouldn't get too cute there and try to. Jets against the Broncos. This is the game where I would start Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. And if you need a quarterback, I'd start Zach Wilson. I think he's worth the dart throw. I think he had a good week last week, and Broncos aren't, they're not really showing up for anybody. That's all I'd really start with the Jets. It's the only people I'd trust. For the Broncos, Javonte Williams, he was on the injury report. I think, let's see, full practice Friday, week 5. Yeah, he had a full practice Friday, but he's still questionable. So I don't like the play against the Jets. I wouldn't start him or the backup, McLaughlin or whatever the heck his name is. McLaughlin, I have no idea. I wouldn't start the receivers. I wouldn't start Russ. I think unless you absolutely have to. I wouldn't. I don't like any of the Broncos in this matchup. Just not a fan of it. Vegas has them winning, but let's see. We got KC, Minnesota. KC, you're only starting Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes, obviously. Pacheco, I'd give him a try this week against Minnesota. And, Minnesota, you got Kirk Cousins, easy start. Justin Jefferson, obviously. Addison, I'd start him still. I know Casey's been tougher against receivers, but I'd start at Addison. Madison, he's the one where if you have to flex him. But if you have somebody else, I would get him in there just because I'm not confident in his chances to get his first rushing touchdown this season today. Just don't think it happens. Then last Sunday Night Football, we got the Cowboys and the 49ers. If I had somebody else, I'd start him over Kittle, but I don't, so I'm starting Kittle. You got McCaffrey and Purdy. It's just tough defense against tough defense. It could end up being a shootout, or it could end up just being one of those, slugfests. Regardless, I would start. I wouldn't start either quarterback, to be honest. I would start Pollard and McCaffrey, Lamb, and Debo was banged up last week. So, I mean, if you think he's healed, you need to put somebody in there. Put Debo in. I feel a little safer with Ayuk this week if you need a receiver. But McCaffrey and Pollard, those are the two. And Ferguson, if you need a tight end. Ferguson's been producing. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, good luck, and that's it. I gotta figure out how to shut this thing off.